Hi friends, it's Morgan from the Goshen Library, and today I have a really fun beaded lanyard craft tutorial for you today where we are going to learn how to make two different types of lanyard. A traditional style that you can use to hold your student or work ID, put your keys on, and something super fun to jazz up your glasses if you are a glasses wearer. So let's head on over to the craft table and we'll get started. All right, now that we are at our craft table, we are going to get started on making our beaded lanyards two different ways. So the supplies you are going to need are some beading wire, and you can get it in whatever color you want. This one is a gold color. You're going to need some scissors. You're going to need some crimping beads that are very tiny and look like this. You can also get these in a variety of colors. These are also gold ones. You're going to need some crimping pliers to squeeze them together on the wire. It's what's going to hold our wire from coming apart, and they look like this on the inside. You can find these at pretty much any craft store or online. You can find all these supplies at any craft store or from some sort of online retailer. For the lanyard that is going to hold a pair of eyeglasses or sunglasses, then you are going to need some little closures that look like this. If you search for them online, they're usually called like an eyeglass holder or an eyeglass temple holder, and they usually have a kind of a corded looking end like this, and then some sort of like metal end like that, or they might not have a decorative piece like this at all. It might just be two corded ends and like some wire wrapped in the middle. There's all different kinds you can get. These are just a little fancier looking. For the lanyard that is going to hold an ID, you can use all kinds of different endings on it. You can use a swivel hook like this one. I've got a silver one or a gold one, so whichever you prefer. You can use just a regular jump key ring like this, which you could also use just to make a beaded lanyard to put your keys on. You don't have to put an ID on it. You could get a badge holder like this, which will hold usually an ID that might go into one of these type of plastic holders. Or you can get a key ring like this one that's also a little fancier that has a lobster claw clip on it, so it can hold more than one thing. And then of course you're also going to want some beads. So I have some here, some pinkish ones that look like pearls. I've also got these assorted color ones, or I've got these beads that are ceramic and they have flowers painted on them. So whatever type of beads that you would like to use, you can get. If you have some extra buttons laying around the house, you could thread buttons on your beading wire instead. You can use pretty much anything. Anything that you could thread onto the wire that you like, you can use to make one of these lanyards. So we're going to go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to do is get our wire, and you're going to cut a decent sized piece. It's usually however long you want it. So think about the fact that it's going to go around your neck and how long you want it based on your comfort. So I'm going to start with the glasses holder, and I'm going to make a piece of wire about this long. I'm going to go ahead and cut it with my scissors. I'll set that aside for later. So then I've got a piece of wire cut here that's a pretty decent length. What you're going to do to start is take an end piece here. You're going to take one of those tiny little crimping beads, and you're going to place it on your wire like so. Then you're going to take one of your eyeglass holders. You're going to thread the wire through the metal piece on this eyeglass holder. And then what we're going to do is take the wire and loop it back through the crimping bead. So over top, it's going to go over top of the metal piece to the eyeglass holder, and it's going to go through the crimping bead. And then you can push it up a little. So now I've got it through there. So what I'm going to do is then push that up So I've got the crimping bead and the wire and this hook all attached. And then I'm going to take the pliers, the crimping pliers, and I am going to put the crimping bead within the pliers like so, and I'm going to squeeze that crimping bead together with the pliers so that it's all held together like so. The next thing you're going to want to do is either cut off a little bit of this extra piece of wire, or if you want, you can leave it attached and it can kind of hide inside the beads as you bead them onto your wire. So then I'm going to go to the other end. I'm going to take a bead, place it on my wire, and it's going to come all the way down here. Like I said, I'm just going to hide that little extra piece inside of my bead. So there's one bead, and you can do anything you want with the beads. You can have a pattern if you want. You can try out different beads, see if you like them, take them off. So maybe I want a pink one after that that's about the same size. You could experiment with that. Or maybe I want to use one that's a smaller size. Alternate them however you want. So I've got that. And if I try another ceramic bead, yeah, I think I like that. I think I like that size difference. So what I'm going to do now is just keep alternating between those pearl beads and those ceramic beads. And then once I get this strand all full of beads, I will show you how to attach the end piece. So string the rest of your beads, and then I'll meet you at the end to close off this lanyard. All right, so now that I have got all of my beads strung onto this wire, I've got about this much of my wire left. And what I'm going to do is grab another one of those tiny crimping beads, and I'm going to string it onto the wire, and I'm going to kind of hold it right in between here. And then I'm going to grab my other eyeglass temple holder, and I'm going to string that onto the wire. And then we're going to do like before, where we bend it over the eyeglass holder and put it into the crimp bead like so. And then I'm going to kind of push the wire down to hide it in these beads. So we have a nice small loop here with our crimp bead. And so then I'm just going to take the crimping pliers again, and we're going to smash down that crimp bead like so. So that it is nice and stuck on there. So then I've got this excess kind of sticking out between these beads here. I'm going to go ahead and cut off some of that. And there you have a lanyard to hold your glasses. Let's test it out. So I'll go ahead and take my glasses off. Just kind of stretch it on there like that. Put this one on this side. Stretch that on there like that. A lanyard to hold your glasses. If you take them off just to read and you want to wear them around your neck while you're not wearing them, you have a nice lanyard to hold them for you. Now we're going to go ahead and make our other type of lanyard, which is a basic lanyard that you can use to hold your keys or school ID. And we're going to do almost exactly the same thing we did before. We're just going to use different end pieces like I showed you at the beginning. So we're going to start by cutting a piece of our wire again. And you can kind of measure this however long you want. So you can kind of put it around your neck and see where it hangs on you and what feels comfortable. I'm going to cut a piece like so again. So I have a nice long piece of wire. And then from there, you can decide what you would like to put on the ends. So the first thing we're gonna do is take our wire and we're gonna take another one of the teeny tiny crimping beads, and we're gonna do like before, where we put the crimping bead on the wire, like so, like so. Then we are going to take the keyring that we are using and we're going to put that through the wire, and we're gonna do like we did with the glasses holder, where we thread the wire over top of the keyring and then through the crimping bead, so that we have a loop like so. Then we will go ahead and take the pliers again and smash the crimping bead together. So this is pretty standard in any type of maybe lanyard or jewelry making, where you start out very similarly with wire and whatever you're attaching it to and a crimping bead, so that it's all held together like so. Then you're going to start stringing your beads. Once again, you can clip off this extra little end piece, or you can leave it and hide it in between the beads. And then I'm going to start stringing beads. And I think for this one, I might use some of these fun multicolored beads. And you can pick colors that go together. You can make it a complete rainbow. You can do whatever you want. So I've got that blue one. And maybe this darker blue, and maybe this lighter blue, and then maybe a clear one to kind of, and then maybe I will start over and do a pattern of all of those colors. So I'm going to go ahead and finish beading the wire. I will meet you again at the end to show you how to close off this lanyard. Now I have all of my beads on this strand, so we're gonna go ahead and close it off. Again, I've got a little bit of my wire left, so what I'm going to do is pretty much the same as before. Take a small crimping bead, place that on the wire strand like so. Then I'm going to bring up this end with our keyring and do the same as before. I'm going to place this through, and I'm going to put it kind of close to the one from before. I'm going to bring the beading wire over the top of the keyring and through the crimping bead and pull that kind of tight like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the pliers again and smash down that crimping bead to hold all of our work together. And there you go. Now that's all held together, and we can go ahead and clip off some of this excess. And we'll clip off just enough that we can then take that other little piece and kind of hide it in a bead. And there you have another beaded lanyard that you can use to attach your keys. You can use it to attach a school or a work ID, so you can wear it that way. Whatever you would like to put on to your lanyard. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this super fun craft tutorial. I hope that you had fun, made something really awesome, and if you did make a beaded lanyard, don't forget to take a picture of it, post it on your social media, and tag us at Clermont Library so we can see your beautiful artwork. I'll see you next time with another fun craft.